Namaste, namaste, beautiful family of light. Hello here from the Cosmic Center Spiritual Light, which is located in Sarasota, Florida. Want to welcome or Facebook Live, or whenever you do receive this, at the now, the divinely appointed time in the eternal now, transcending time and space, and also our beautiful light workers who are on Zoom currently right now, and our light workers who are currently here at the Cosmic Center Spiritual Light, Baba Chiron here. So I wanted to share, we just had an amazing, amazing, amazing experience with a Mary Magdalene initiation. And this is actually the second one we've done. The first one, oh, wait a second here. Let me make sure this is okay, that you can hear. Hold on, guys. One moment. All right, maybe you can hear me now. So hopefully I won't bother go through the introduction again, but Baba Chiron here, Cosmic Center Spiritual Light. So, I was mentioning we had this really amazing, amazing uh event this weekend, actually on Saturday, and it was the Mary Magdalene initiation. And the initiation actually comes from the okay. The Gnostic, boy, everything is just trying to over here. The Gnostic Gospel, good. The Gnostic Gospel of the Mary Magdalene. Okay, it's called the Gospel of Mary. And if you're not, or you're just getting into the Gnostic Gospels, there's definitely one I would recommend. Actually, that was a reading that we did way back when with the Keys of Enoch. Really, the Keys of Enoch is the one for me personally that revealed, the Apocrypha and all these other ancient writings that I was not privy to, and many of you are not privy to either, but very important. And one of the main was the Dead Sea Scrolls, most certainly, and they have others that were found in other parts of Egypt, like, the Book of Jude and the Pistis Sophia. But the big one is the Nag Hammadi that was found in 1945. And somebody hid these. These monks hid these writings. They found it to be so important. There's a lot about it back and forth, and their names like Valentinus and Sethian and all of that. But the one that I want to talk about that we really focused on this weekend was Mary Magdalene, and it is called the Gospel of Mary. And in it, okay, is a whole enlightening dynamic of the things that are said in there, which is such profound wisdom. And it is now, as many of us sense and feel, and what's needed is the rising of the divine feminine to bring balance to the divine masculine and all those polarities associated with both. It's like the Kabbalah. You have two extremes, but between the two extremes, you have that middle path. And Jesus the Christ spoke of walking that middle path. So enlightenment is important as we begin to walk our path and begin to question things and start to become more conscious as why do we do the things we do, and we may become aware of the fact that we've been indoctrinated or there's an ancestral pattern or whatever it is. The idea is that there is this great awakening and a great opportunity for many, many of us, okay, to begin to put this cosmic puzzle piece together and figure things out together. And that opportunity is here. So with the initiation, one of the things that we studied was again the Gospel of Mary. And also, a lot of it is not just in the Gospel of Mary, it is in other Gnostic Gospels, like the Gospel of Philip, the Apocrypha of John. I mean, there's many, many, many others where Mary Magdalene or the Divine Feminine is incorporated into the information. So I'm going to give a reading from the Gospel of Philip. Okay, and I have this is from the Gospel of Philip, And I'm just going to read it because it's very profound. There's actually two. So this is what was going on. The disciples said to Jesus, "Why do you love her more than us?" And they are referring to Mary Magdalene. The Lord answered, which Mary Magdalene, by the way, is known as the apostles of the apostles. Okay, she played a very important and crucial role. She did, and it's been suppressed and oppressed and distorted and manipulated. But as always said, in this age of Aquarius, all that has been hidden, okay, will begin to come up to the light of day. Ladies and gentlemen, that's exactly what's going on. Those ancients said we have to write this for perpetuity. At some point, humanity will come into an enlightenment and begin to figure this stuff out. And that's what's happening right now. And just before I go into that, I want to mention, the Gnostic says there's three groups of people. Okay, now, if you're watching this, if you're engaged in this, if you're saying, wow, I'm kind of interested to know what this is, what's going on? Okay, I would like to say that you are what is known as a pneumatic. Okay, according to the Gnostics, there's three groups. There's one group that's called the Helix, very much about the material world, only the material world. If you can't see it, touch it, taste it, okay, does it exist? That's that group. Okay, there's a lot of those. Then you have the psychics. Those are what they call psychics in the sense of you feel this more than what's going on, but you're going to listen to your priest or your rabbi or your pastor or whoever that is. And as opposed to going independently, you kind of go through a group. And that's fine. It gets you to a certain point. But the pneumatics, and this is what's real important, the pneumatics are the ones that really have the opportunity to make the quantum leap into the ascension in this lifetime. This one. And the pneumatics are the ones that are questioning, like, why am I doing this? Who said this should happen? Where did this originate from? Why are things being hidden? Why are things being manipulated? Has this happened before? I see it happening now. I know the Hermetic principle, as above, so below, so below, as above. So it's happening here. Could it happen up there? If it's happening up there, could it happen down here? Questions. Start seeking. Okay, we all been on the path of seeking. Is that I want to know, I want to understand, I want to know and sense that we can have a better world. Somehow this does not feel right and it needs to change. Okay, those are the pneumatics. They're beginning to wake up, okay, to say, hey, I remember who I truly am. I'm no longer, okay, in confusion, thinking that the physical body is it, that this world is it. There is so much more. And I got to remember who I am and the Ancient of Days and the promises I said before I came in here, before I incarnated into a world that wiped my memory. But I got to find my way back now and remember. And I will tell you, the Gnostic Gospels, they say we're the greatest sin, and that's in parenthesis sin, because sin is a whole nother description than what we've been told. But the greatest sin is ignorance. Ignorance. It's called ignorance. That's the greatest sin. So a lot of things go on, just like how, and I mentioned this, we have all this paperwork, like if you want to on your iPhone or a computer, and they have these contracts, and you just want to get to what you need to do. So you check yes, okay, and just go ahead and move on to the next. You don't know what you're signing, right? You don't know. You're like, I hope it's okay. I hope nothing is going to happen wrong, but I really don't know what I am agreeing to. All right. So pneumatics are beginning to wake up and begin to question and start to think beyond this three-dimensional world, way beyond this three-dimensional world. They're awake and said there's a lot more going on. Many pneumatics, okay, have like, psychic experiences or things they can't quite explain in your three-dimensional terms. And that's what keeps them. That's what keeps them on this road, which Jesus the Christ said, the path less traveled, and it is pretty narrow. It really is. But if you're a pneumatic, I'm going to encourage you to go down this rabbit hole because the blessings, okay, one, to live life without fear, to be truly liberated, even in we're 3D experiencing in these physical bodies. But, okay, the outside world, okay, cannot affect you as much because you know the program. When you begin to see this and you're out, and it's called Gnosis. That's what the Gnostic Gospels, they call it Gnosis. You begin to see 100% the program. You see the Matrix. You see Maya. All the ancients that they've written about, you see it directly yourself. You don't have to read something because Gnosis means direct knowing. And once you have direct knowing, nobody can fool you. You cannot be deceived. And don't forget, Jesus Christ talked and said, okay, I send you out as sheep into wolves, okay? And do not be deceived. Do not be deceived. So I want to read to you one of the quotes from Mary Magdalene, the Gospel of Mary Magdalene. It says, the disciple said to Jesus, why do you love her more than us? The Lord answered, rather, why do I not love you as I love her? When those who are blind and those who can see are in darkness together, they are no different from each other. But when the light comes on, those who can see will see the light, but those who are blind will remain in darkness. Just think about that. If you're a pneumatic, this is your time to wake up, wake up, wake up. And lastly, I'm going to do one more. That was from the Gospel of Philip. And then one more is going to be the Pista Sophia. And it says, seek always and do not cease searching until you have found the mysteries. They use the word mysteries, mysteries of the light, as this light will lead you into the kingdom of light. The Pistis Sophia. So with that, beautiful ones, I'll leave you that to contemplate, to meditate on then, and I wish you Gnosis. Please be sure to visit our calendar of events. We have some amazing things, and not only just in person, but also online. And if you're interested to know more about the deeper mysteries, do connect with us here, the Cosmic Center Spiritual Light. Go to our YouTube channel, go to our Facebook page, go to our website, sign up for our newsletter. You could be anywhere in the world and be connected. So with that, I'll say namaste, beautiful family of light on Facebook Live. We'll see you next time.